Tonight's coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New York Jets and the Los Angeles Rams. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. See right through that defensively.
Oh, no chance.
As he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Oh, I got him,
losing a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
3 down, 3 down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Hey, watch number 5, watch number 5.
Down, it's Brown. He's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Odd. Fire.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Hey.
That's Saunders.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 more yards there and another first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production. I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Alert!
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Watch 88.
The midfield strike, they'll look low. He couldn't quite hold it.
Okay,
Got hit.
We got 4.
Ball pops out.
Let's go, fellas.
Incomplete.
We got 4 down. Let's go.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area.
All right, here we go.
3-9. They want to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, here, Michael Clarity.
watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. 4 down, 4 down. Check, 4 down, 4 down.
For Ezekiel Elliott. Brought down around the 16 or 17.
Yeah,
Had a nice move, but couldn't free much space. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that
Detroit!
a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, switch!
Second down, Elliott. And now running right through him. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watched tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Watch the safety creep. Watch out. Motion.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
4 down.
Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Leopard!
4 down. Mike's 5-4.
Watch it now, Barney!
Check. Banjo.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I see you, boy.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before it gets to them.
Back to throw. Goodman. It's a short one here.
Motion.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Yeah, baby.
Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Now, out of the gun. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Strong left.
Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Motion.
To throw on 2nd down. Goodman. His throw incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch left. Tight end to the left.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Check 9. Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Operating for the goal. It's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to get this
You don't want no
inside
problem.
the 30.
You don't want no problem from
18
me.
yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker,
him,
can
man.
they cap it off by
He's
putting
mine,
the ball
he's
in the
mine,
end zone? First down. Goodman. This will be inside the 10. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
Stand up
This is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the ball as easy on this drive, pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out.
5 down. Stand up in.
Detroit! Detroit!
I got one. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll give it to him. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Leopard!
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal.
Odd. 5 down. Stand up in. Hey. You got to get moving, man. Man, moving.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Rams are in for 6. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now come the Jets. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to the self-scouting
Got
report.
3.
They have outside groups.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Snap is there. Throw left side complete. It's Barnes. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Oh, yeah!
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it.
Now let's go.
Was able to make
Green,
the short
39.
catch and flip the
Green,
down marker back to
39.
one.
Now first down carry. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can
Now
just
let's
tell
go.
you,
Blue
attrition
Liner.
does set in for a defense. You're excited about him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there.
Set!
Keeps the
Blue
sticks
90!
moving.
Blue 90!
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. As far as 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers
Now let's
usually
go.
play. First
Green
level being the
39.
defensive front.
Green
Last level
39.
being the second down. The strong safety position end up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the
That's what I'm
stop.
talking about.
They get
Nice
6 on
hit,
the
boy.
pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back
Let's go.
sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as the turkey bowl, center-eligible stuff, but it's still a lot of guys to account for.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run
Here we go
like
now.
that,
Blue
you often can
90.
go for big yardage.
Blue 90.
That he'll lose yardage here. Going
blitz.
down back at the 28. It's a
Yeah,
loss of
baby.
2. Now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah,
Now let's
without a doubt,
go.
I thought that was a
Green
great spot to
39.
call it.
Green.
Worked out well. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And incomplete.
That's
The
it,
contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this will split the upright. It's right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line. 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they
That
really
boy's
look
got 4
clueless.
down.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing on first down. Goodman. He finds a man on a crossing route.
Yeah,
and he
baby.
slips up
Yeah.
past the 45 before being tackled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Detroit!
And I think safeties
Detroit!
don't mind crossing routes against zone
Alert.
because eventually you're going to run into
He's
their
mine, he's mine, he's
territory,
mine.
and that's when they lick their chops and have a big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution. And the Jets pressure too much as down he
Leopard!
goes.
Leopard!
Danny Shelton busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Out.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Check motion, 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 motion.
Looking to throw for 2nd down. Goodman. And his throw's going to be incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
Four down, four down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
Over!
You don't want it.
Hard throw, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on fourth.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
Four down.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on.
Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Try and get him settled.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3
They don't
up
want
here
it,
to
fellas.
37.
They don't.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Double tight.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Throwing the out incomplete. It's Cochran.
I'm gonna hit you
And he'll have it
all
past
day,
midfield,
baby.
almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
That's it, baby.
And the stop
That's
here
it.
will come at the 38-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman.
Set,
3-19. As well as scores from earlier today. He gets slap happy up here
Detroit!
sometimes.
Detroit!
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves his sticks.
Get him, boy!
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from.
Now let's go! Green 39! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Yards that time.
Hey, watch it, watch it! Here comes the blitz! Ah, come on now!
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
I got him!
Now let's go! 319!
They look to throw.
Strip the ball!
And his
Strip
pass
that ball.
incomplete.
Didn't have a
Crash,
receiver
crash,
open
crash.
downfield, and as it turned
Crash.
out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on first, now
All right, here we
2nd
go.
and 10.
Green 39! Green 39!
Look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Third down, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
They go back to the area for the INT on the last drive. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Carl Lawson in there to drop
Watch
him.
him now, Barney.
His
Barney.
great season continues.
Watch him now, Barney.
13
Barney.
sacks for him now on the year.
Gun, 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 gun.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
The throw on second down. Goodman. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 39 that time.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10.
Hey, watch Sam.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Mike, 54.
Gun, 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 gun.
49.
On first and 10. Goodman. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic.
Watch it
that
now, Barney,
emerges.
Barney.
You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And
Watch
guess
it now,
what?
Barney,
They took
Barney.
a shot.
Watch
Are you
it now,
gonna win
Barney,
it? And
Barney.
in this case, they managed to get it
Gun,
done.
gun, gun, gun.
Shut down. Motion, motion. Check, check.
Back to the air on second down. Goodman. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Garner. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That was signaling a timeout call. As it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. The Rams
now,
on
lucky
third
56,
down.
lucky
They've been
56.
okay, 2 for 3 thus far.
Watch that in.
This
Tight
is
end's right.
3rd and
Tight end's
7.
right.
Driving from the gun. Goodman. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack.
Good job.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Detroit.
4 down, 4 down.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
54, Mike. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Gun, 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 gun.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Final shot before break. Goodman. He'll rifle this one deep right. And this is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So we come upon halftime here inside. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
Tight,
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers.
Watch it now, Barney,
I also
Barney.
like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and you have the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a
Back
doubt.
down and
Show
Philly, here we
one
go.
thing, hit 'em with
Detroit,
something else.
Detroit.
Mike's by 4.
Gun, 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 gun.
I got him.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Pick the edge. Come.
Looking to throw on second down. Goodman. He's going to rifle one deep left, and that's caught inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But
All
what
right,
you
now,
won't
lucky
see,
56,
the
lucky
offensive line that
56.
bought the extra time that allowed for the big completion downfield.
Everyone's
Gun,
Those guys
gun,
made that play
gun,
possible.
gun. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
First down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down.
Leopard,
Back at about
Leopard.
the 37-yard line.
turn it out.
Carl Lawson.
All right, now,
in
lucky
there to
56,
get him,
lucky
and that is
56.
sack number 15 for him.
All right, now,
on the
lucky
year.
56, lucky 56. Gun, 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 gun.
Mike 54.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Throw on second down. Goodman. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and now it's third down.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game.
All right,
They're the
now, lucky
ones keeping
56,
things going.
lucky
You have to
56.
continue to play at that
Gun,
level.
gun, gun, gun.
There. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Over.
Throwing on third and long. Goodman.
Rush in.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Get off the train tracks, baby. Get off the train tracks.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down?
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
They're going to try and throw. Surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on fourth down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good and they'll take
Set.
care of you.
Green,
A lot of
39.
coaches during the
Green,
week
39.
will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. And defense, you got me. We're going to challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Gun,
As
gun,
long as you go
gun.
through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays.
Now let's
because
go.
usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
Heavy rush, and down he goes.
Sack. Got him. Let's go, boys.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. Often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a
Hurry up,
chance
here
to
we
get
go.
up there and stop it.
319.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're
319.
asking a whole lot in here. Oftentimes, the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers.
All right, here we go.
The D lineman to
Blue
make the play.
90.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw a screen to Bell. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and they'll bring up fourth down.
Hot.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And And the Rams now coming out on the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
I think the best how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive because I have the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation. Let him sneak his way across. Coming back underneath. Put it in his hands. Let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
By 4. Hey, defense. Hey, defense.
Detroit! Detroit!
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Right. That's right.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Gun, gun! Gun!
Second down. Goodman. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes. Down once more.
You see me? You see me?
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Hey, watch Sam, watch Sam.
From the gun, Goodman. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
You know right now, you better bring it.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Le'Veon Bell making his way back out onto the field now. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
It started in the offseason, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator.
That's it,
we run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it.
Now let's go!
And you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive.
Hurry
just
up, here we go!
it. In fact, these pants make me look fat. we said, nah, man.
Here we go,
He's
here we
just
go.
a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over
Blitz!
300 pounds.
Blitz!
He's a big man. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning
Three
football,
down.
but one
Hurry up,
constant
here we go.
over the years.
Green 39.
Winning on third
Green
down.
39.
Pick up there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Hey, we got a steal. We got a steal. We got a steal.
A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this
All right,
feels
here we go.
like a well-put game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Left side, it's Dorsett. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually
Here we
means
go
there's a
now.
tire
Blue
breakdown.
down.
Everyone thought they were doing something.
Here they come. Here they come. Here they come.
Ball down in the air, and it's intercepted. Picked off at
Let's
the
go, baby.
45.
Pick 6
And
all
the
day.
possession
Don't
is
go
theirs at their own 43-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
So good field position
All right, now,
for the
lucky
Rams as they
56,
come
lucky
up first and
56.
10.
Even.
Operating from the gun. Goodman. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards.
All right,
on
now, lucky
first down.
56. Lucky 56.
Right there.
Hot.
Right there. Right there.
Hot.
From the gun. Goodman.
Heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
We got 4.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Detroit.
Tight. You got tight right there.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney.
Shift.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney.
Check. Check. Check.
Goodman. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Throw right. Hey.
Goodman. And that is incomplete.
Yeah,
No
baby.
luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. And New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more
here we go.
cautious when you start
Green,
that next drive, or
39.
no, you just throw that out there?
I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB
Now let's
to throw
go.
the ball,
Green,
you must have a lot of
39.
confidence
Green,
or you think you're
39.
really going to fake them out. And it looks like they did exactly that.
Going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the... And all the way in. Touchdown. two-point conversion attempt still to come.
Touchdown. You got two, son. He took you to...
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
And look at this. They get the throw when they need it. It's intercepted.
Right there.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
Dang,
And a
baby.
big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it up. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And last time, good for it on fourth. Didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this
Detroit!
vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Gun!
Mike's by 4.
Play fake here on first down. This is caught at the 8. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They
check,
ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall
Watch
Faulk
it now,
for the
Barney,
fourth
Barney.
most in a single season. And the Rams have taken the lead here in the fourth.
Touchdown.
He's given him a little
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The false start backs him up 5.
Here we
First
go
and
now.
15.
3-19. 3-19.
Now they'll throw him out of the gun. And there goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
Crash.
You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into
Here we
every
go
job
now.
wanting to keep
Green
that guy
39.
clean. They want
Green
that
39.
It's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
Set.
The ability to stay on
3-19.
task. Follow your assignment. Go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Yeah, he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down. I do like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really, what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind. Consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays. It has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass.
Gun!
2nd and 3.
Gun! Gun!
Hey, watch Sam.
Gun!
Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Danny Shelton in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to
Watch
protect
it now,
you as best
Barney.
they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds
Detroit,
to throw the ball,
Detroit.
they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack,
Gun!
Looking to throw. Goodman. And he's going to go down again. Danny Shelton
Outside's coming.
able to
Outside's coming.
disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack
You better talk to your
of the
boy.
afternoon.
You better talk to your boy. Have him
Now,
protect
that was
you.
just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL. With all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here comes the Rams punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on. Gets this one away. Boy, it's another boomer. He's going to take it to the 23. Oh, breaks a tackle, and he's got it out. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Around the NFL, they're in the 4th now in Green Bay. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Jameis Winston, a single touchdown pass to this point.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
They'll start to deliver the bell. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try to snatch a victory.
Blue 90.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
3 down. 3 down.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
He'll drop the throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
3-19. 3-19.
Run for it with Bell. So light on his feet. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Okay, folks, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He's back to throw. Caught on the right side by Dorsett.
Crash down. Crash.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Gun!
Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
And this one he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end
2
to the
yards
right.
on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
We got three, fellas. We got 3. Kill.
This is Bell on the dump
All right, now,
off.
lucky 56.
And
Lucky
this play gets
56.
blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. He looked to throw. He's underneath. So he got 3 at one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play.
Tight end. Tight end right. Tight end right. Hey. We got 3. 3 down.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 11.
Out.
Set. Blue 90.
To Bell. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick here is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. And now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So between the two, play the best defense you can and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
And the Rams getting set to go now. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all
All right,
their
now,
play
lucky
sequences
56.
called.
Lucky
If they
56.
get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't,
Gun!
it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
No chance.
Over. Watch it now, Barney.
On 1st and 10. Goodman. Flushed out right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
Gun!
Mike's 54.
Watch it now, Barney. Watch it now, Barney.
Goodman.
Check.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. And after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Heavy.
Gun! Detroit!
Mike's 5-4.
Over!
taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman,
Hey,
right?
hey.
Oh,
All right, now,
without a
lucky
doubt, because you
56.
just know
Lucky
they're coming,
56.
and you never know exactly how. They can do exactly when they blitz it, or athletic ability just takes over.
And the pressure gets to him again. Carl Lawson in there to get him. And that's sack number 18 for him on the year. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. Overtime doesn't it, at least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Tight in. Tight right.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up the 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against
Hurry
them.
up, here we go. 3:19.
Overtime. And that is incomplete.
Crash.
Just looking down at this with a naked eye, looks like they have about 1.5 yards. Any chance they go for it here?
There's a chance, but I have to say, punt the ball here. Get rid of this thing and challenge your defense a little bit. I know there's that temptation, and I know people have it on their play sheet. I have that one play to give me what I need, but if you don't get it, you've pretty much handed the game to the other team.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, tight.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
6 guys.
Leopard.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Even.
Gun.
Motion.
To throw on 2nd down. Goodman. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack.
That's what I'm talking about.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Rams on 3rd down. Not so
Watch it now,
hot. 2 for 9
Barney.
at this point. This will be 3rd and
Detroit.
19.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Gun.
Let's get some penetration.
For the gun. hang on to it through the contact.
You got him.
Incomplete.
You got him.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion.
He's taken it to 37. Now he bowls him over. When it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New York set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. Keep it.
And he is in for the score.